Ask any Texan anywhere and they'll proudly tell you that everything grows bigger in Texas. And bigger is better, right? Well, not necessarily, and especially not here in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. The Ezel family that lives here is a firm believer in the old adage that great things come in small packages. Isn't that right, Curly Sue?
Miniature horse is a breed of its own. It originated in England, and they say as pets for the queen, gifts for the ones they were courting and so forth.
Well, sure, it's hard to feel like royalty when you're ankle deep in mud at feeding time. But Ed and Betty Ezel are no strangers to the less glamorous side of the horse world. They had owned walking horses, American saddlebreds, hackneys, even Shetland ponies for years. But the first time they laid eyes on these little bundles of joy, it was a powerful thing.
We went to Murfreesboro shopping and saw a big sign that said miniature horse show. So we'd never seen them, so we went and got out there and just fell in love with them. Called my husband, he came and he fell in love with them. We came back and sold all the big horses and all the ponies and started picking these out. Now this is a real young horse we raised and had him all ready to show, and Ed sold him. He was named for Frank Sinatra. He's blue. See his blue eyes?
Well, sure, they're cute, but they look so tiny and fragile. Can they really do anything?
The little carts, they can pull 3.5 times their own weight. So a grown man can carry 2 children with him and, and drive one and do fine. They'll do anything that a big horse will do. They're ideal with children, older people who've had horses before and don't want to get pushed around again. We sell them to people that have a fenced-in backyard. We sold one to a lady in a condo in Nashville. She's got it in the condo. They sued her, and she won the lawsuit because the man next door had a Mastiff, and it was a lot bigger than the horse.
To officially qualify as a miniature horse, they must measure 34 inches or less from the withers or shoulder area. The average weight at birth is less than 10 pounds. And they come in all different colors, just like the big horses do. Betty, I've noticed they have awful thick hair.
She's telling us that we're going to have a real bad winter. She's got about 2 inches of fur on here, and this has been clipped maybe 3 weeks, and she's already growing a heavy coat again. So we could have some real cold weather, snow and all.
Oh, I hope this year you're wrong.
See, I'm a pretty good predictor.
What's with the funny haircuts?
Those are winter clips. The little mare right there that we've clipped to show you, when you buy one of these things with all that hair on, you can't tell whether you have a pretty head, the right kind of neat ankle, and a good ear on them. So we clip them like that, and then you can see, you run your hand over their back, but you can't see enough up in here to tell, and you want a real refined, real pretty, just like a pretty girl.
And some of these pretty faces can bring a pretty penny.
Smaller the horse, the more money it brings, supposedly. Not necessarily the nicest individual, because the littler they are, the less refinement you get usually. On a pet quality coat, we've got 2 pet quality coats in there right now, and they'll run from $500 to $1,500, and that's for the male colt. Your filly colt will bring $1,500 no matter what she looks like when she's born, and up from there. The top horse was syndicated at over $150,000 this year. We bought the first stallion for my son when he was 12. He's gone through college, and we sold a colt every fall and send him to college, and that's a lot better than the bank does. But they do make money. That makes my husband happy when they do that.
But after all is said and done, beauty is still only hide deep. That's why Patty Cake, a little dwarf born last spring, is just as loved and spoiled as all the rest.
She might not be as pretty as some of the others, and she's certainly not as lively, but she's so sweet. She's full grown, not quite 24 inches, just as lovable as she can be, but she requires special care. She requires a special owner, and that's what we want to find. We want to find a child or an older person, child in a wheelchair. She loves to ride on your lap, and she'll get in the truck and stick her head out the window with my bulldog, and people do a double take, as you go through town. But we're wanting very badly to find a child that, parents would help him or her take care of her.
Until they do find new homes, Patty Cake and Curly Sue and Frankie all have a great home right here in Chapel Hill. A warm barn, a sunny field to frolic in. Well, it just doesn't get much better than that. Right, Curly Sue?